All right. Good morning, everyone. How we doing? Thursday, May 22nd. We're taking a look at NASDAQ. Yesterday, we had price test the upper portion of the range and finally reject in a much bigger way. We saw the entirety of the range trade in about 30 minutes. About half hour, 45 minutes. Let's take a look at that 30-minute chart. You'll see that. Whoa, let's rescale that. There we go. So price gets up into the upper portion of that range. You got the big rejection there. That was around the 20-year bond auction. But regardless of any news or data, right? Technicals are gonna be respected. We see that time and time and time and time and time again. Time and time again. So you don't even really need to pay attention to the news feed as far as trading is concerned, because price will tell you. Price will tell you. So we get the rejection there. Got the push through 400, 300, and then all the way down into the 21, 150 near term range low. Right through here, right? We've been watching this near term range. That brings us into this morning. So 21, 150 and the prior day low, pretty much this area right through here. That's going to be the main focus for this morning. Now, what I'd like to see is whether or not buyers are going to be defending this near-term range low. Higher time frame is still quite bullish, right? We zoom all the way out. So we do have a pretty significant sell yesterday, but as far as the structure is concerned, price is still here. Price is still right here. Now, if sellers are able to show continued weakness down beneath this point, down beneath 150, down beneath prior day low, we do have that daily inflection right there, the 21K zone, just treating that as a 100 point zone. And as a reminder, that's from the daily chart. If we look right through here, you'll see the significance of that area. So it's kind of a tricky situation for sellers, because if they see the near term range breakdown with weakness below 150 and weakness below prior day low, they just bump into an area where buyers are likely going to be showing up again right there at 21K. Now, looking at the daily chart, we can see that yesterday's sell is really just a blip, right? May have felt like a massive move in the moment, but zoom out. It's just like, oh yeah, this is kind of normal here. Question is, if this continues, what will the depth look like? How much of this bounce will be retraced, or is this pretty much going to be it before the next leg higher? No crystal ball here. So I'm just going to be, as always, responding to what price shows me. As of right now, we're still within that near term range. Pretty significant bounce here off of that low that was made. What time is that? About 8:30. So right with the, I think we had, what was the print this morning? Jobless claims, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we had jobless claims this morning. So pretty straightforward watch. What I do like to do after a day like yesterday is take a fib retracement, just kind of get a sense of where that halfway point is going to be for yesterday's move. And we can see that it's right there near 21,300. The 50% right there, 316. To be exact, I'll just round that right into 300. Right into 300. So that's the focus for this morning. Pretty straightforward. Can the range remain in play? Does the range remain in play? Got some good volume this morning. This is the relative volume tool. All right, session volume point of control. 200 VWAP, 165. Most interested in 150 personally, and the prior day low. Let's see, let's see, let's see. You got ES up near VWAP. There's the open for you. Good volume coming in. Session volume point of control aligned right there with VWAP. What is that? 170-ish. Oh, it blips higher again, 190. So you got the high volume node right in this area. Concentrated right through there. Nice push off the open. Sup, Ray? Yeah, circle is down. Major outage over there. So nice push off the open. No position personally. Overnight high is 243. Back into session low. There's your new low of day, NASDAQ. Coming into 150. No Noti this morning, Ray? Yeah, there might be some big cloud provider down or something, AWS or who knows. Who knows? But we're here now. That's what matters. NQ prior day low, about 72-ish. Buyers had zero interest there at 150. We do have a 9:45 print and a 10 a.m. print, FYI. Flash manufacturing PMI at 9:45. Wow, that espresso is mighty good this morning. Wowzers. NQ, nice bounce. Up and through the 150. Still cash personally. Letting that structure develop. There's no rush. There's no rush. Three espressos deep, Ray. Oh my goodness, man. Get your heart checked. My God. Pumping strong. Good. Good, good. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that. Yeah, ES into 5850 prior day low area. So NQ's right back here into 150. Little bounce. Little bounce. Give it a little try right there. Got a few points trailed out. Tight trail, tight trail. Yeah, it was a decent scalp, Dom. Not the trade I want to wait and see though, right now. No, sir. No, sir. Yeah, especially with session volume point of control and VWAP right there. Although the level of interest will take priority, but can't ignore that. We got data in 5. Data in 5 minutes. Buyer's definitely trying there at 150. No new positions for me personally. I gave it that one scalp. I'm just staying patient. Oh yeah, spot on. So I just got an update from Circle. They are having an issue with AWS, as expected. Issue at AWS. Okay. I got data in about 3 minutes. NQ looking better. Back in at 21,200. Although that higher low is anything but easy. Tricky through there. Yeah, I'm just waiting for data now. Get that data print behind us. Little consolidation here. All right, so data in about 40 seconds. Got a data print 40 seconds. You can see the spread on NQ already opening up. Look at that. Spread just opens. My goodness. So we're going to be looking at the reaction here versus 150 post data. Spread just gets so wide. My goodness. All right, there's your data print. Still here. Pretty much a nothing burger. Another choppy open. What's up, Timmy? Yeah, circle's down. There's a issue with AWS. We're looking at 150. That's the main watch today. 21 150. So far has been quite a choppy open here. See how this structure resolves one way or another. Churn. Pure churn. Don't get chopped up. Choppy, choppy, choppy. There's a little push right there. Session high. What is session high? 220. So 150 is holding decently well. See if buyers can give us a fresh high and then go for the overnight high. This is still that higher time frame support, remember. Buyers need a break of this area right through here. And it should unlock some higher prices. Check out that 4 hour. NQ into the highs. New high of day. Overnight high incoming. Timmy. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. There's your overnight high, 243. $300, not too far off now, about 40 points. About 40 yoints higher. Overnight high has got to hold, though. Back in an overnight high. Might be your first higher low. Good spot to raise the trail. I don't know if I would grab a fresh entry there, but good spot to raise the trail anyway. Well, we got data in 4 minutes. Here's the play, Dom. Had to go in with half and half. It's a little trickier. Not a fan of entering within the consolidation, but got to do what you got to do. There's the trail. Darn. Wanted that 300. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? So now, what do we have? 3 minutes till data. We wait. Yeah, the idea there is that I'm looking for a little microstructure above the level of interest to position within the consolidation with the idea that this is accumulation and it'll resolve higher. NQ new high of day. Damn. You hate to see it. You hate to see it after getting trailed. And oh, let's make sure I don't have that sell order still sitting up there. My goodness. Ooh. Panic. That's how it goes. This would be target area. That's real life trading for you. And data in 2 minutes. NASDAQ into 21,300. So near term range holds. Look at the 4 hour. And we're at 300 into 10 a.m. So this target for the 150 longs, I'm cash, of course, got trailed. Unfortunate, but that is part of the game that we play here. 4 hour close as a hammer. Do with that information what you will. 4-hour closed as a hammer at support. So there's 300 to the tick. Right now, just staying patient. NQ's at 21,300 level of interest. Just waiting for another entry. Nothing else to do. Nothing else to do. Near term range remains in play. Hey, as long as you didn't short support today, you're doing pretty well. NQ new high of day. ES up into 58.75 in the overnight high. Hopefully we get another entry. NASDAQ new highs. Fresh highs being made. I'm still just with the 2 trades down near 150. The trail. The haunted trail. Painful. Painful. Especially considering how clean the structure has been after that. Just nice, clean, higher lows. So here's the 50% from the prior day. You also have a pretty significant lower high right in this area. Little retest at 300 there, back into session highs. It's a decent little scalp. No position. I was a tad too slow for it. Nailed it, Ray. Nice. Two for two, Ray. Nicely done, man. On to the next. Yes, sir. You got the 38% fib right there with the overnight high. And then the 50 and 61 right near that prior intraday structure point right through there. Volume's about average. Don't forget NQ bumping into that 50% fib from yesterday. So tricky spot. Getting back into that overnight high now. 243 area. Staying patient personally. Not a ton to do here. For my system anyway. Got about 90 points on the session so far between those two trades, so not bad. Not bad. Volume's still pretty good. Certainly much better than past couple of days. There's that overnight high, 243 area. Little consolidation here near that shallow fib. It's like ES rejected that 58.75. Nice sweep of the overnight high. We've got Russell bumping into prior day low. YM swept that overnight high as well. NASDAQ getting into overnight high. We'll see 243. If buyers have any interest there. Volume actually tapering down now. So far, fib sell zone from yesterday being respected. Chrissy, you made it. What's up, man? All right, NASDAQ overnight high area. It's getting there. It's getting there. There's your overnight high finally. Right through it. Right through it. Like butter. So if this overnight high fails, pretty limited buying interest there. See the reaction into that intraday fib 50% upcoming right here. And from there, it's pretty much 150. So we had a 50% retracement of the prior day sell. Seller stepped in pretty aggressively there. That aligned with the 21,300 level of interest. This could make for an interesting late morning here. Still just with my 2 attempts near 150. No trades on the backside of this move. Nothing. There's your 50%. A little uptick in volume. VWAP's not too far below there. Mr. Ray. Right back into that 50%. Coming into 21,200. Yeah, VWAP, what is that? 190? 193? And 150. 150 beneath that area. That's the major level. So personally, I wait for some micro time frame changing character here on the backside of this move before attempting any longs. Let's see. So what I had in mind is something like this. Like reclaim overnight high, give me that higher low. Takes a little more patience. You definitely don't nail the low that way. Local low anyway, but ends up being a much easier trade. Much better than say, oh, I'm gonna try the shallow fib, rolled over. I'm gonna try the overnight high, rolled over. You even see that here at view. I'm gonna try this, rolled over. Been there before. Been there. Just fighting it all the way. Long, 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 long. And just rolled over. Rolled over repeatedly. Not a good time. Not a good time at all. Sure many can relate. What would help is a 5-minute closure. A nice 5-minute hammer. That's better right there. Let's see if overnight high can actually hold now. See if we have an update on circle. Still, it looks like it's still down. Still down. Yeah, a little rejection there at overnight high again. 5-minute has another 30 seconds on it. Does not look great. Little consolidation here near that overnight high. Let's see that overnight high be reclaimed with acceptance above. It's a good first step. Little consolidation continues to build out right here. Consolidation Nation. Check that 5 minute. 5 minutes through prior bar high for the first time in about 20 minutes. It's a little different, right? A little bit different. A little more than 1 hour into the sesh. How we doing? How's the morning? How's it looking? How's it looking out there? Nasdaq continues with the churn here near the overnight high. Martin 1 for 1. Nice work, man. That's good patience right there. That's what we like to see. Volume kind of falling off here. It's possible this is the range for today. Yeah, right back into that 50% fib. Like 21 210 ish, 21 200, give or take. That little structure low right there, right through here. Let it develop. Let it develop. Chrissy, patience. Patience. Clarity will come. Clarity will come, and you don't want to be done for the day when the easy money setup presents itself. Yeah, the stool really helps though. Or you could just put your desk in standing mode. It's also helpful. Nasdaq in and at 61% fib. VWAP right through there. And then beneath that is kind of the last level before 150. And that's just kind of some reference points. Not a true level. Nasdaq right back into overnight high. A little undercut of that prior low. This is where it gets a little more interesting here. Check your 15-minute, closing in 90 seconds. Right through there. 5 minutes still just shows us barcode for the past 20 minutes or so. 25 minutes. So we want to see how this structure resolves. And the seller's right back in it right there near that structure high. And by structure, I mean this little area right through here. Right through there. Right through there. Back into 200. This could be your new home. 200 by 260. Might be your new home. I've not touched anything since pre 10 a.m. So it's not my home. Like I said, I wanted, and what I still want to see is action above overnight high and then your higher low. So acceptance above overnight high and then buyers defending overnight high. This is not that. Yeah, exactly. Tape accelerated a bit though. Tape sped up a little. Do we have some Fed speak ongoing or what's the deal here? Let's see. Let's check the feeds. Oh no, NWOG. Oh man. NWOG's in the chat. Gonna give it another 15 minutes or so. See if we get a third setup on the morning. Otherwise, we'll just call it good with the 90 points. 90 points will keep the lights on, tell you that. 90 yoints. Circles back. Let's see. Uh, not so sure. So sure, circle is back. Blank screen on my end. Partially. Well, that's a good start anyway. Stream all day? No way, man. 24-hour stream? Jesus. Not happening. No, 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 no. Good for about 90 minutes on the stream. A lot of barcode here. We'll see if this resolves in the next 10 minutes, 5, 10 minutes. Otherwise, it will be broker closing time. Yeah, Timmy, it's been pretty choppy. That's how it goes sometimes, especially during summer. Summer's typically pretty slow. At this point, just waiting to see if we get that 11 a.m. move outside of this structure, and if not, that'll be a wrap on the morning. As far as game plan right now. Got about 7 or so minutes till that 11 a.m.er. Volume's tapering down well below average now. Probably about 40 or 50% of the average. I suspect we'll continue to see volume fall off during the summer. ES just kind of pinned between 5850 level of interest and VWAP. NQ back into the lows of the structure here, coming into VWAP. See this 11 a.m. move. I'll give it 5 more minutes. There's VWAP, 61% fib. How's our profile looking? Probably had a big high volume node build out in that area, I'd guess. Yeah, volume point of control right there. 242-ish. There's better volume. So 150 down beneath. About 40 points lower. 30. Session volume point of control right here, 166. Yeah, good volume. Yep, yep. So 150, of course, on watch. And about 2 minutes till that next 30-minute bar closes. This is session volume point of control. A lot of volume from the overnight sesh right through there. So NQ off the open, we see that test into the prior day 50% fib. We talked about that before the bell this morning, before the opening bell. Sellers step in there. Now we almost have a complete retracement of this morning's bounce, of this morning's push. 150 and the prior day low still remain as the main watch for today. That's based on the higher time frame structure that we have. Near term range support. Oh, don't tell me they front ran it. Oh man. Looks like that may be the bounce right there. Wow. Front ran. Robbed. Robbed of an entry. Session volume point of control holds. Yeah, scenario like that, I want it a little bit deeper. I wanted to give a true test of the level because my thought is if I enter on the signal here and price breaks the low, I don't really want to take the stop into my level of interest. So I would have to eat all of that risk. So you could go in with a half size, but we're just waiting for that 150. Did not trade. That was the idea though. That was the idea. Back in overnight high. I think I'm gonna call it right there. 2 for 2 on the morning, both done before 10 a.m. NQ. We keep an eye on 21 150, as well as this overnight high, this kind of intraday structure area right through here. Looks like circle's on its way back up. So we'll see you in the Traders Think Tank. Hope you guys had a good morning. Patience definitely has been a key theme this week with all the choppiness. Got to work on that patience. Got to flex that patience. So yeah, looks like platform's coming back up. Traders Think Tank. I'll see you guys in there momentarily. If you're not in the community, check it out. Free 14-day trial. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow morning. Have a great rest of your day. Later.